Evening, everyone. It's been like a long day already. I think just to quickly start on what we are here doing, these are a few questions that we would like you all to just think about it. Um, what do you all think? Um, and we do have some questions first to begin with to give the context of why are we here. Especially given the last few conversations that we've heard, it's been super impactful. There were times where we were getting goosebumps thinking about how much everyone is doing to contribute to this particular sector.
So first question is, how many of you in this room either give or receive grants? Yeah, how many of you either give or receive grants?
It's giving and receiving. Yeah. How many of you all are? Oh, I see a lot of hands here. Receiving, giving.
Yeah. I think that's why we're all here, right?
Yeah. How many of you face challenges with effective and efficient utilization? I think all of us as funders or as receivers, we want to ensure that we are able to give justification of where the money is and what are we spending on. Don't get funds, we need to talk.
How many of you face challenge with timely reporting of financial data? Like, so whether you're a CSR or you're a non-profit, on both ends, there's always a challenge when it comes to reporting of data.
And last, yes, automating your fund management systems and processes. This is something very different from what so far has been the conversation. But I think it's important to set the context of why are we here, and we feel this is the right audience, given our past history and examples around it. I think maybe if we can share our background, and which is where I was saying that we're very different from so far what we've understood. All of us here, we are three founders, Ritu Jain, Ravi Bageria, and we have Mehrya Tara, who's right now not here. But all three of us had different journeys of how we reached to this sector. Both of us primarily had the journey of volunteering. I got the opportunity to work with American Red Cross in Chicago for a good 5 years before I decided to get into the sector. And while I was there, I realized that being a professional, but also being linked to this sector and using your skills and seeing the impact of helping the people who are behind the impact get to the right numbers, right systems, plays a huge role in scaling them up. And I definitely decided to dedicate my career and my profession into this sector. Ravi has his journey, which I would like you to definitely let the audience know.
Yeah. So I know a lot of this room, or in fact almost everybody in this room, and we could see there's so much passion everywhere, right? Like when people are talking about their work, when people are talking about how they have seen change happen. I was somebody who wanted to make a change, but I didn't have the know-how of how I could be directly working with beneficiaries. But through my volunteering experience, I realized that with the skill set I had, being a chartered accountant, I didn't have to reinvent myself. I could work with organizations that needed this to be solved, right? Even today, there is so much of disparity between, information when it comes to compliances, income tax, FCRA, so much that is changing, for our country right now. And that is where we realized that, this whole sector needs a tool that can help basically, manage a lot of your tasks and automate all of them. And hence we came up with ERP4Impact. It's not just a solution, it's an ecosystem. What does the system have to offer? You have a donor and a donations management tool that helps you keep track of every donor, every transaction that is incoming, right? You can send out receipts, you can do your 10Bs and send out your 10Bs, emails from there itself. All in a click of a button, it's live. You don't have to be in the office writing receipts, sending snail mails like before. It helps with statutory compliances when it comes to FCRA as well. It includes a grant management and a grant utilization tool that helps you keep track of every grant or every MOU that you sign with a CSR agency to understand what is your live utilization on that. It helps you manage expenses, so you don't need reimbursement tools separately. This is a system that automates end-to-end, centralizes all the information that you have. So whether you have people working in 15 different states or in the most rural areas, they will be able to submit their expenses, get approvals, get everything going in real time. Often we have seen, people will have a process where somebody will submit something, they will only hear back after a month, after things have reached the head office, somebody has gone through them. All of this makes it live, makes it very easy for the whole organization to solve for it on a centralized level. Right? It also gives you information at the tip of your finger. So today, if you're sitting here, and a donor is asking you, hey, what percentage of my funds are utilized? You don't have to go back to your team. You don't have to go anywhere. All you have to do is log in, go to that grant, and see the utilization to the line item level. Go down even further if you wish to drill down and have that solution with you. And the best thing, it syncs with accounts. So you don't have to manually do accounting entries. All your teams are working together, whether it's the program, fundraising, accounts, finance, leadership. Everybody has one source of information. You don't have multiple Excel sheets. You don't have multiple files that people are looking to, right? So today, if I ask you, hey, what's your organization budget? You may give me an answer. If I ask somebody else in your organization, most probably they will have a different answer. But with a system like this, everybody has one source of truth, one source of information, and that is what we bring to the table. And this is why this is on the non-profit side. How does this help CSRs? It helps you become more and more transparent. It helps you have a backbone that will help you scale no matter what size you become. We have organizations that are like 50 lakhs a year turnover using this, up to 200 crores a year using this, right? So imagine that without customization, without getting into building something on your own, you have the power to scale from zero to wherever you want to get to by just having one system that will help you scale from where you want to be. To all this, we are also adding a lot of other systems that will come into the picture. We have vendor management, proposals management, soon things that we will be adding that will be keep making the ecosystem stronger and stronger for everybody. Just to give you a glimpse of what grant management looks like, right? You may have multiple grants from the same donors for different things. You can see, what is the amount or the purpose of the grant. You can see how much of that money has come in. You can see how much of that has been, used and how much of it is pending to be utilized immediately at your fingertips. And this is how an expense management looks like, right? For each expense that you make, you are able to split it into as many different functions, as many as different donors as you want. It is fully auditable. So today, if you have an invoice of 40,000 rupees and a donor is like, I want to make sure you haven't, shown it to the donors. How do I do that? This system will make sure that you can prove that to the donor wherever they are. This is auditable, this is online. It has audit logs. So if over here, like as you can see, my first expense has been mapped to a particular donor and the second one isn't, that is what the donor will be able to see, that only half of that expense is allocated to this particular donor. Beyond that, there is a lot more. I mean, we don't have enough time to, of course, be able to take you through all of this. But just so that you guys can see all of this, we have put it here for some of the things.
I think while he's navigating on this, just to give a background, so Ravi and I have especially been working in this sector for the last 12 years as providing CFO services to only NGOs. And while we were doing this service, I think we could see a pattern across most of the NGOs that they were really struggling to manage their data, they were struggling to manage their funds, and I think they were struggling to give correct reporting despite doing the correct work. So the impression of what was going behind all the hard work was not translating into the paper. And keeping that fundamental issue, we started looking for solutions. We were very shocked to know that at this point, there are no specific solutions available, especially for the Indian compliance and the Indian requirements. However, when we do feel that there could be a product that we can use and customize it, it was turning out to be extremely expensive. And that's when I think Ravi and the team, we decided that we need to do something because of the experience that we had. And that's how we started creating slow by slow. I mean, this is completely built in-house. But the idea was just this, that it needs to be intuitive. It needs to be something very simple for an organization to use, and also to showcase to either the auditors, the donors, or anybody coming in. Just walk in, it's like an open book with being compliant.
Yeah, and as you can see, these are just some feedback from the users of how they look at the system, how it has helped them in automation, streamlining systems, processes, how it's user friendly, well researched, and how smooth it has been. If any of you want to get in touch with us, you can just scan this, leave your details, we'll get in touch with you, or you can reach out to us here. We're happy to connect with you and take this forward. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
May I invite Ms. Supriya Sharma to present a memento to my friends at ERP4 here.